Hi everyone, it's Kitty Kennedy. I'm back for part 2 and I am one half of the Bourbon Know-It-Alls. And I have my special guest from Wisconsin who did the blind flight of bourbon. And that part 1 of the part 2 series was bourbon conversion. Can I find a bourbon for my non-bourbon drinking friends to drink? And the outcome was pretty much a hell no. So what we're going to do now though is that I have not revealed the blind flight that I gave them. What I did is I have them in order of their selection and preference of number 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to have a blind flight of homemade old fashions. Something that anyone from Wisconsin would know is pretty much a common drink. Beer and old fashions and Bloody Marys. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you again to my crew from Wisconsin, and we're going to get after this blind flight of old fashions. The point here is there was a high, medium, and low in the flight. So is it true that a better bourbon, their number 1 pick in their minds, a better bourbon makes a better old fashioned? We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the group. Hey, you guys are back. Welcome back. How did you guys feel about the bourbon flight? Don't hold back.
I did not enjoy it.
You did not enjoy it.
Not really.
What did you like about bourbon? What is it that's not great for you?
Just so strong. It's so pucker your ass, bitter. Like, yeah.
What do you think, Colleen? You're a brandy drinker.
It's a little harsh.
It's a little harsh.
It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste. Well,
I still have.
couple hints that I had given you guys in regards to the bourbon flight that I had built was a high, medium, and low price tag. Okay, and I'll explain what the prices are once I do the reveal. Number 2 was there was a cask strength, a barrel proof, all right, which is high octane, and you guys actually identified the one that was you didn't like the most was the one that was the highest proof, which is about 132. And then there was a middle of the road at 100, and there was a 90. So I really thought you guys would, find the 90 maybe more pleasant. So you did a really good job. I didn't find anybody to be completely, horrified by bourbon. But it's a lose for me. I did not get a bourbon conversion in the group. But I think what I'm going to be able to do is pour you a great old fashioned. So I made an old fashioned mix from scratch. I'm using some of my favorites: the Filthy, black cherry, and the creamy texture of the cherry juice that's in there is really nice for the old fashioned. So I'm going to hand you back to Shannon. Shelby is on the left. Raise your hand there. Say hi, Shelby.
Oh.
Shannon, Colleen. Again, these are my folks from Wisconsin. I love you and it's good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to hand you back to Shannon, and she's going to videotape me pouring the old fashioned juice, and then we're going to go through the flight again. So. All right. Here's one. This has been chilling, so it's nice and chilled. All right. Come around to this side. Shelby, I think you're going to enjoy this a little bit more than the bourbon.
I hope so.
Straight. So there's some secret sauce in my old-fashioned mix. And I'll tell you what it is at the end, and you might be able to figure it out yourself. Colleen is a connoisseur old-fashioned drinker. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to take that back. All right, we're going to go ahead with starting from the left again. Okay, now. These are not in the same order of the flight. Okay, so they would think that the first one would be the one they didn't like the most because it was the highest alcohol. So I did mix up the flight before I poured the old fashions. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a sip. You don't have to sniff, you don't have to do whatever. You can just go ahead and enjoy that old fashioned. And give me some feedback and tell me what you think about them.
It's not bad.
It's good.
This one's pretty mellow.
Pretty mellow?
I feel like this is not the one that I made.
Not the one that was 130 proof.
No.
That's not bad.
That's not bad?
It's not giving you a Kentucky hug.
No.
No.
Not in Kentucky.
What do you think in comparison to brandy?
It's It's different.
It's
But
different?
not bad.
Not bad. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead. You didn't really drink that much of it. Maybe go ahead and have more. Now you're talking. All right. Now you can clear your palates and then head on into number 2. And see if you notice anything different. Are you picking up any of the characteristics of any of the, straight, when you had it neat? That was without ice in the glass.
I know, but that's not the strong one.
Okay, we'll see when you go on down the line. All
Well,
right.
maybe it is. And
Okay.
it just isn't as...
Enjoy your number 2, glass number 2. Ew.
That one is not as good as the first one.
Oh, I disagree. No.
Uh-oh. Why do you think number 2 is better, Shannon?
I don't know.
You
It just tastes better.
Tastes better? Okay.
Stronger.
See, and I think it's stronger.
All right. All right.
Maybe I have more mix than you do. She did put double.
There you go. All right. All right. Go ahead and enjoy that if you liked it. And then go ahead and go into number 3. And see what you think. There's all kinds of recipes for old fashions, and
Oh, this is my favorite.
this is your favorite?
I can't tell which one was the one that marked my throat.
Really? So you had a high, the one that was the high proof in your mind. You can't find it because the old fashioned mix has kind of mellowed it all out.
This one's my favorite. No, first one.
So number 3 is Shannon's favorite. Okay, so remember what we did last time? You got to go back to number 1 just because it may be, you were not,
Maybe that is the Kentucky hot one.
We learned new words, Kentucky hug. It is not me wrapping my arms around you and saying hello. All right, what did you think back on number 1? Uh-huh. All right.
I like it.
You like it? All right, let's have a show of hands. Number 1 is your favorite.
I don't know anymore.
Okay, well then keep testing. We don't have a timeline here.
I know it's not. Number 2 is not.
So number 2 is not your favorite.
And she didn't like it though.
Okay.
I still think this one's my favorite.
Number 3 is your favorite?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1.
Number 1, I got a number 1 from Colleen. I got a number 1 from Shannon. And, I got a number 3 from Shannon and number 1 from Shelby. Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
is that the Kentucky hugger? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I am
confused
going
with
to
the
hand you
Kentucky
back to
Hug.
Shannon. So I need you guys to say goodbye. And again, thank you, my Wisconsin friends, for bringing your palate to Kentucky and helping me with this experiment, which this one is, does a better bourbon, make a better old fashioned. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'll show you guys what you've been drinking. Okay? So I'm going to hand you back to Shannon and we'll do the reveal. All right, so in glass number 1, initially was Stag Junior. Stag Junior, this particular bottle is coming in at 132.2 proof. Okay, maybe $59. This is from the Blind Flight. Bottle number 2 was BaKyAh, 10 year. This is about $45. And bottle number 3 was Woodford Reserve. Okay, and they liked Woodford Reserve the most. Number 3 won in the pour for the neat. Okay, so this was number 1, BaKyAh was number 2, and Stag came in at number 3, primarily because it was a 90 proof, 100 proof, and 132 proof. So if you're a non-bourbon drinker going barrel strength, this may be a little bit much for your palate. Sorry. Okay, now where the mystery comes in is I switched the pour for Stag to a high price, and this is Bardstown. This is finished in a barrel, a brandy barrel. So I thought, how interesting, because people in Wisconsin drink their old fashions with brandy. And I thought for sure that Colleen would pick number 1 because she is an old fashioned drinker from Wisconsin. So this is what I put in it. This one right here is also 90 proof. Actually, I think this is 100 proof. Here it is. Yeah, this is 100 proof, so it's 100 proof. Finished in a brandy Oloroso or sherry Oloroso cask, and I swapped it in there just because it has a little more flavor in the bottle already. You both picked this number one. This comes in about $129. All right, so 2 people picked the more expensive bourbon at a middle of the ground proof. All right, so I'm going to go with the theory that a better bourbon makes a better old fashioned. Now, Shannon, none of them had the high proof. I think that bourbon.
I did. I was right then. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you didn't. You were finding the
Didn't
hug.
hug
You
ya.
were looking for the hug, but there was no hug for you.
Nope.
And so, I just wanted to say thanks for checking in. If you like the videos, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about it. And you can look at part 1 and part 2, and hopefully we'll pick up a bunch of Wisconsin fans as well. So what do we all have to say about Go Pack Go on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Go Pack Go!